Hello, dear listener. I'm your host, Hayk. And today, my guest is a crypto educator for Filipinos in the MENA region. Ryan, tell me who you are and what you do.
Good evening. My name is Ryan. I'm based in Dubai. I'm a previous executive in the procurement and supply chain in a big hospital. I'm catering Filipinos in the MENA region and educating them in crypto as well as Web3.
Okay. Tell me more. Like, does the process go? Do you do events? Is it online? Tell me more about what you do now.
Okay. So technically, what we do is we educate people via online courses. We do also physical meetups in Dubai and in Abu Dhabi, and we teach them how to navigate the market. We help them understand how the market works, FA, technicals.
Nice, nice. Why is it important to tailor the education to a certain group, like in your case, to Filipinos?
Most of the Filipinos here in Dubai is basically working on a 9 to 5 job. So what we want to cater are those Filipinos who are more unaware of the crypto because with our niche, not everybody's aware of the cryptocurrency. So most of them are familiar with the old trading system, forex, stock market, indices. So we wanted to introduce that and keep them safe because as we are all aware, crypto can either be a scam or a good one. You know that.
Sure. And can you tell me a little more about the background that you had and how did you enter the crypto world yourself?
Yes. Funny enough, I started my journey in crypto way back in 2017 when my wife started to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana.
Mhm.
And at first, I thought it was a scam. So I told my wife, why are you spending your money, hard earned cash, in buying Bitcoin? As far as I can see, it's a scam. Why would a certain coin would pump that much given its beginning in 2012? So I told my wife, no. Okay, if you want to do it, just go ahead and do it. But I'm telling you, it's a scam. So moving forward, 2020, price went down.
Mhm.
Prices went down. So I told my wife, sell it off. There's no point of you holding that long. Bitcoin is never, ever going to rise. So I told my wife, sell it. Post 2020, I think it was in 2022, and it reached an all time high. That's when I realized I need to learn about crypto. What's going on? What's with this Bitcoin? Who is this Satoshi? What's happening? What's this? Why such hype over a coin when in fact gold itself is appreciating in value? What's in this? So
Mhm.
that's where I started to understand the crypto space. That's where I understood about its burning mechanism, what's its use case scenario, what's its use in our daily lives, like for banking, for payments, a lot of things. So that's where I started to understand that crypto, if you understand it, it's never a scam. It's just picking out the right one.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. So moving forward, 2024 is when I studied with a mentor in how to identify the market trends, identified my support and resistance, doing technical analysis on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP. Fast forward to 2025, I'm now into teaching Filipinos in a shorter way to avoid scams. That's one. To understand the market, how to read the market, and how to trade it safely.
That's an interesting journey. From a non believer in 2017 to a bigger
Exactly.
pessimist in 2020.
It's quite ironic, to be honest. If you look at it, it's quite ironic. Now I promote education, helping Filipinos abroad in the Middle East and North Africa, to be aware, to be safe, how to trade it.
Okay. And basically, the problem that you're solving is you help unaware people unaware Filipinos on board into crypto and avoid as many scams and issues and mistakes as possible, in the same time educating them on what it is and how to profit from it if possible, right?
Yes.
And what are the challenges that you face during that process? Maybe it's their mentality, maybe it's their risk taking, maybe what are those?
Good thing that you mentioned about the mentality, because most of the Filipinos here based in abroad are, like what I said earlier, is having the mindset of an old investor
Hmm.
who practically invests in fiats, who practically invests in Forex. Not that it's not good. So breaching into that generational mindset would be difficult. But as an educator, I think that's one of our job.
Other than that, you can teach them that they can invest some part of their income. It doesn't necessarily need to be all of it, like 50%, even it can be 10 or even 5%. But it's the principles. Yeah, I see. What would you consider to be your recent top achievement in doing this?
The biggest achievement that I have in doing this is that there are a lot of people that I was able to tap into in terms of putting that mindset of risk aversion in understanding the market. Meaning to say that they are more aware. The last event that I had was in Dubai, which was attended by around 80 people. 80 people, Filipinos, predominantly Filipinos, that they understood that beyond eight to nine job, is there something? Because usually as a worker, you would always ask yourself after the 8 to 5, what's next? What's in it for me? So at least I was able to tap into that generation, mind you, from the old ones, is that, you know, there's no forever being a 9 to 5 job. There's no such thing as forever. You have to have that certain mindset, growth mindset, for you to proceed and for you to survive.
Especially with the advancements of AI.
Exactly.
What would you consider an epic fail that you had on this journey?
The most epic fail, I would rather say, is that during this journey, I delved into futures trading
Hmm.
and end up losing a lot.
Hmm.
And what I mean by a lot is a lot.
Hmm.
Because that's what I wanted to share with people. My epic failure, that epic failure of losing money, my hard earned cash,
Hmm.
into investing into a coin that I thought that is going to go, fly to the moon,
Hmm.
but ended up, being ragpulled.
Yeah.
It's not once, it's twice. So that's my most epic fail. Hence me moving forward teaching.
And so, with everything that you have at this point, what is the next goal you're working towards? What is it that you're trying to achieve?
The objective of the university, along with Coach Miranda Minor, is to spread it out worldwide.
Hmm.
Hence the word Global Miranda Group. It started out in the Philippines. Now it's making a foothold in the MENA region.
Hmm.
I think the next objective would be for our university is to expand in the Europe side of things.
Hmm. Okay.
I think that's the biggest goal.
Yeah. And what's the challenge you face in doing that?
So you have to understand, being an educator, you have to follow certain government rules on how you teach, where you teach, what is the curriculum that you teach. Basically, what we had previously in Dubai before we established a operational license is that there were questions. What are you teaching? Is it diploma based? Is it a vocational based? An add-on? Okay. So there are certain rules that we have to follow in the region. So moving forward, that might be a similar hindrance or an obstacle that we may face in other countries.
And taking that into account, who would be the people that you would like to connect with to achieve that goal?
So at the moment, we're looking for a well-versed Filipino or another nationality in Europe that might help us understand what are the regulations there, what are the requirements for us to even begin with, what are the requirements for us to teach online. For now, we are online, but in Dubai, we are primarily aiming for a face-to-face teaching. So that's the same process that we go. We start online. Given the chance, would have a face-to-face mentorship or learning. So yes, that's the kind of people that we would like to tap into.
So basically, professionals working in the crypto space that are also into the EU regulation on the topic of education, and that can help you understand how the setup will work in EU
Yes,
for what you do. Okay. Yeah, I got some contacts I can share.
lovely.
Yeah, so we can definitely do that. We're basically at the point where I'd ask you for an insight for the single thing that you've learned throughout your years of professional expertise that you would like to share with us.
The summary of this is that crypto can give you more than just the market. It can give you
Mm-hmm.
a career into a technical analyst, a career of KOL.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. A career of an educator,
Mm-hmm.
such as me.
Okay.
So there's more into it than the charts.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for listening to us. Leave comments below this video. Tell us what you liked. If you have any questions to Ryan, and I'll see you in the next episode.